This video is also in collaboration with the beautiful Julia Salvia, my sister from another mister, so make sure you go and check out her dark mermaid tutorial on her channel. I will link it down below as well. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Jessica Fit Beauty here. Today I'm going to be doing this really cool neon mermaid look, and I am inspired by something actually very sad, and that's why I am doing this look this Halloween. It is the garbage patch out in the Pacific Ocean. If you don't know about it, I'm going to link down some information about what is going on out there, how big this millions and millions of miles of garbage patch is out in the Pacific, and how they're trying to actually clean it up. I have always loved the ocean, so my heart is super in there. Anyway, the information is going to be linked down below. This is not a sponsored post. This is just where my heart is at. And just look, this is very cosplay, super fun, and just meant to be a fun neon mermaid. I hadn't seen anything like it. And I was able to erase my eyebrows and create this very fun kind of mermaid-esque eyebrow, and then I created this crown as well. I did not make this for you guys on screen, but I will link some really cool YouTubers that I got inspiration from down below that also made these crowns. This wig is from Amazon. It's just a cheap cosplay wig. It's super fun. So if you guys like what you see and you want to see how I created this look and maybe create your own neon mermaid this Halloween and spread the news about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, please watch. Alright guys, so before we get started into actually when I finally got my brow right and was able to cover it up like a drag queen, perfect and ready to go, here's my goof. And this I'm just showing you because you know what? We all mess up and we all have to learn. So be patient and keep trying until you get it right. And watch YouTubes. On my third attempt, I think this is good as it's gonna get. And I did watch a video for some inspiration and really truly how to do it. So I'll link this video down below. So for those of you girls who have thick eyebrows like I do, you can see this tutorial. But I'm also going to show you exactly what he did in his tutorial. First, I'm going to start from the end, and I'm just going to get all of the glue in between all of the hairs, and then comb it up. That's layer 1. We're going to repeat this 3 more times. So I'm also going to take the flat end. I'm using my Tinksy. This is what he did in the video as well. And I'm just going to really push down the eyebrows with a flat tool. And any flat tool will do. He actually had a really special tool that was super cool. But this is going to have to do. It's my Tinksy tweezers. And I'm just taking this flat end here, and I'm just kind of brushing them up using light pressure, but enough pressure to hold them down. Now, if you end up with a little bit of kind of glue at the edges, don't worry about it. Just take a Q-tip and kind of work away that glue. Sometimes it'll also kind of peel up, so you can just take your fingers. Just make sure not to do it on top of the hairs of the brow. You'll see it just kind of rolls up a little bit. And then I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I have some in the lid, and I'm going to take a Beauty Blender sponge, and I'm going to pat it on top of the eyebrow. What this does is this sets that glue. So that's the first one, and then I'm going to take a little brush and just kind of fan off any excess. Guys, I'm so excited that I was finally able to even get this much coverage. Like, I've never, seriously, never. Okay, then I'm going to go back in with the glue stick again, pushing upwards on those brows, hairs, and really working it in, and go back in with the flat end of my Tinksy tweezers and push those hairs down. I want them down, down, down. That's the first time I've ever said that. I'm going to take the ends of them to just kind of clip off any of this excess that I have here. Being careful not to grab the hairs. I'm okay with it kind of rolling off. I just kind of kept doing this throughout the process with the other one, and just being careful not to touch the hairs. For whatever reason, this glue stick just really wants to do it, and that's fine. I'm sure there's probably some other trick to not do it, but you know, hey. Going back in again with the translucent powder. Ooh, that was a bit much. A bit much. And then I'm going to go ahead and work it out. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever HD Ultra Cover Stick. This is 125Y315, and I'm going to put that on my brows in an upward motion. So, just really coating it on. Super coat. Super coat. And then I'm going to take my Tarte sponge and I'm going to blend it lightly. Lightly, folks. That is the key. You're going to put foundation on later, so I wouldn't really stress too much about going, you know, over blending on it, but just enough to really get it in. This is so fun for me to like discover this side of me, because I've always really been into FX. It's just I've never really known how to, and I'm just kind of self-taught. So, you know, my mommy was an artist, and I think I get that from her. I'm also a left-hander, so, you know, they say left-handers are artistic. I'm going to go back in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. As you can see, this is just layer, layer, layer. And I'm going to put it on the brow to a set. Okay, now this is a little bit different than his tip that he did. I actually decided to go in with my City Color palette and just take a ton with my finger in the pink and orange to kind of help cancel out the darkness of the brow. So just go in over top, really trying to coat it as much as possible. And if I can't coat it enough, I grab a concealer stick and really chunk it on there, mate. Chunk it on there. Get up in those hairs. Because if you have dark hairs, dark eyebrow hairs like I do, man, they are a yacht to cover. Really get up in there. Okay, and then blend it out with a sponge. And you always want to go in an upward motion with this, kind of blending upwards, because that's the way, the direction you have your brows going. So you kind of want to keep it so it does all that. All that. Ooh, girl, you're looking bald. You know what I want to do? I want to do a bald cap. I don't know. Don't ask. Okay, set it again with the Laura Mercier palette, translucent powder. Ooh, my brow is looking gone. Gone, girl, gone. Okay, and I'm going to do another layer of the HD stick. Really getting it good. Yes. So as you can see, each time we build those layers, more coverage, more coverage. This is truly the best I've ever been able, and blend outwards just a little bit on the ends. Don't over blend, because if you over blend, then you move the product around too much, but kind of blending outwards with that. That translucent powder again. Ooh, hunty. Drag queens. So, I think this is the best I'm going to get my brows. I'm pretty pleased with the way it looks. Decided to take a layer of the Shape Tape on both brows. I'm going to kind of let it dry a little bit. And then I'm going to take my sponge and I'm just going to kind of feather out the edges. And then I will do that translucent powder one last time. And this is even better. Look at that. Yes. Can't help the thickness underneath there, but you know, we're going to roll with it. It is what it is. I'm really proud of myself because this really pushed me outside of my limits. I just do a lot of the pretty makeup and I look at the girls that do the SFX and I'm like, that is so cool. I want to do that. I'm going to set it to, and voila. Voila, I am bed. I have no eyebrows. That is perfect. Next, I'm going to go in with a foundation. And I'm going to do the Revlon Color Stay Whipped Cream Makeup. This stuff is thick, like costume thick. Seriously, look at this stuff. Look at that. It's so thick. It's crazy. But it's going to be perfect for this look. And before I do that, I'm going to actually put on over my entire face the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because this is a mermaid. I want her to be luminescent. And yes, I'm going to apply quite a bit. And I want to mention I do already have a primer on. Since I didn't show that, but I do. So, this is going to kind of help keep that super crazy foundation that's going on, the Revlon, a little bit more dewy. Because I want her dewy and glowy. Okay, now what I do is I actually just take my beauty blender, or actually this is the Tarte blender, and I just dip it in here, the butt of it, and just get a bunch on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and starting at the nose, going to apply the foundation, and then I'm going to work it all out onto the skin. And this stuff is thick, guys, like no joke. So any thick super coverage foundation will work as well. Kat Von D's is also a good choice. I might even mix hers in a little bit with this. But I wanted to show you a good drugstore option because this is thick. Thick, thick, thick. See? I mean thick. But we're just going to build it up and really, really work this product in. I'm also going to go down to my ears a little bit and into my neck. These Mayo Pigment Shadows, they are all neons because I wouldn't be a neon mermaid without them. And I am going to use these today for my face. So I'm going to do this yellow color first, or so I think I'm going to do it. Oh, that was not smart, Jessica Marie. By the way, I have a towel on my lap because I do things like this all the time. Get shit everywhere. A mellow, mellow yellow. Oh, yes! Okay. So guys, I just went ahead and took that yellow and took it up past my brow bone. Just speeding up through this because it's pretty boring to just watch me do this. Oh, I put this pigment on top of my lid. So as you guys can see, I went ahead and took that neon pink pigment with a flat brush, and I also made sure I sprayed it first with some, I used the Pure Mineral, and I went ahead and pat it on top of the eyelids, and then I started dragging the color out because I just kind of started playing. I really liked the way it looked, and I just was having fun with it and kind of spreading it out to kind of look a little bit like coral. Now it's time for the fun part, which is to make the scales. Using a fishnet stocking, and you just cut the legs off and then go ahead and pull it up. I go ahead and pounce the color into the skin. I started off with the orange and I really just felt like it needed more, so I moved on to using the blue color. Again, pouncing, and you don't want to rub it because then it doesn't work very well. And I also did my forehead and neck. Okay, so I wasn't sure if I was going to do my brows, and then my camera died and I was stuck here just waiting, and I kind of got a wild hair and played, and this is what I came up with, and I think it's really cool. I don't know. I'm just pleasantly surprised and pleased with myself. Anyway, these are from Michaels. And as you can see, they really do resemble kind of like a scale look. And that is exactly what's perfect. They're just layered on using eyelash glue. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I did. So I want to try and not get the eyelash glue in my eyebrows. So I started it above and just kind of dabbed it on. You got to kind of work quickly, so you need to do patches at a time, otherwise it dries and then it's useless. And then I take the little sequensy thing here, whatever you want to call it, and I just place it right on top of the eyelash glue. That's literally freaking stinking it. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better. And I just try and keep in mind like how kind of an eyebrow looks, and then just create that. But let's zoom in. You guys see that a little bit better? I mean, you can still see the hairs on my brow. Yes, I know. Please don't point it out. I get it. But this is as good as it gets. Like, you know, if this is what I can do without using another SFX type of material, I'm happy with that. But I'm just going to go ahead and layer these on. I'm kind of just looking to see how I did it. And then what I did is where it's the thickest, I added a little bit, like a center layer. So I added a little bit more in there, and I took another one and I just applied it on. This is going to be really fun to take off. So there, I'm just trying to keep them as even as possible. I went ahead and put on both lashes, and I was going to put the bottom ones on, and I hated the way it looked. It really was just too much. It's too much. It's too much. These are just enough. And then I took the pink eyeshadow again with this small kind of painter-like brush. It is the 106 from BH Cosmetics. Don't mind my scaly hands. Hey, it matches the look. That's what you get for being a lifter girl. And I just kind of pounced it on to kind of add into that dramatic look. I love it. I'm so in love with this look. I really think this is so fun. Okay. Now, oh, and I put mascara on my lower lashes. Now, I'm going to take this new NYX Cosmic Metals lipstick. It's in a purple. The color is like C05, I think. It doesn't, yeah, it's 05. It doesn't really have a color. And I'm going to use that on my lips. Let's see what this looks like, because I have no clue if I'm going to like it or not. I have not used this lipstick yet, so. Oh, yes. This is pretty. This kind of ties in that purple that's in the reflective sequencey things. Oh, you can't see me. And I am lining outside of my lips. Okay, so that is my mermaid, my neon mermaid. Alright guys, so I'm adding this cute little wig from Amazon, just making sure I really work it in past my hairline, making it look good, and then I'm going to put on the crown that I made, and voila, that is my mermaid. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe so you can watch more of my Halloween tutorials coming at you soon.